Voice of Biafra FM 97.5 FM in Biafra land. Today we have come again to continue this awareness for the freedom of Biafra. Today we are going to be responding to the Northern group. We have received information from the Northern Fulani terrorist group who have been issuing threats, killing Biafrans, killing us in the south, sponsoring the kidnapping, sponsoring banditry and terrorism in the south. This same Northern group was the same group who offered 100 million naira on the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. As we are going to respond to them, we are going to respond to other people as well, including educating our Biafra people for those who are confused of what is going on and how we are going to liberate ourselves in 2023. So you're welcome to this program. And very soon we are going to be going live on Twitter. I want you people to understand that what we are doing is our right. What we are doing is a just cause. What we are doing is we are struggling to live. We are struggling to be alive. The life of our people is very, very important to us. The life of our women and our children is the reason we are opting out of Nigeria. Nigeria has failed and will continue to fail. Nigeria exceeding the next 1 year will be the worst disaster that will befall Africa. It is a responsibility for the Biafra people and Oduduwa and every other nation that would want to exit Nigeria to join forces to what we are doing, to make sure that Nigeria do not exit 2023. And I'm going to prove it to you. Sometimes they tell you, why are you doing what you are doing? I want you to understand that all the people that are against us today, they are two-faced people, people that are not balanced, people that change their principles according to who they deal with. We don't change our principle. The Biafra liberation and the freedom of Biafra is built on truth. Truth and nothing but truth. Those people that are today using P2B and blackmailing other Biafrans that are agitating for their freedom because of P2B, I want you to understand that from 25th of February 2023, they will all come back to praise us. They will all come back to sing our praises because they know we are doing the right thing. And the difference between us and them is that we are not two-faced. We stick to what we want, which is the freedom, while they are not stable. Very, very unstable people. They will tell you, oh, P2B is going to get you Biafra. Vote P2B, and P2B will get you Biafra. Why do we vote P2B for P2B to get you Biafra? That is a very duladed, very stupid, and very unbelievable. Somebody will tell you, come and vote P2B so that P2B will get you Biafra. These are scammers. These are scammers. I call them elder, those who have become, who have had gray hair, in scam. Nigeria breed criminals. Now, we are here telling you there is no point validating Nigeria for the next 4 years for somebody to give you Biafra from Nigeria. It is not possible. There is opportunity now for us to get our freedom. So anybody that is coming to you to tell you that you must vote P2B so that P2B will give you Biafra, It is, that we have been able to destroy all their format criminals, format of scammers, format of corrupt elders, formats of elders that are very unwise. How can you be coming to us? I am 30 something years old. My brain is hot. I am a researcher. Before you ask me a question, my brain within a second have searched thousands of answers, and I will choose the one very, very suitable for your question. You come to me, you are presenting me, presenting P2B that, oh, you want Biafra, but let us vote P2B so that P2B is going to get us Biafra. Snake will spit on your eyes. I want you people to understand that there is no P2B, no P2B from Biafra. It is either Biafra or Biafra. And if you do not like the name Biafra, it is either freedom or freedom. I am not here to fight a name. I'm not here to fight for a name. I've been saying it. I am here to fight for the freedom of my people. And I'm going to fight with you that have stood by me. Over 70 million Biafrans are standing by me. We are here to fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have done nothing to the Nigeria state. So if anybody coming to tell you, come, vote P2B so that P2B will give you a Biafra, that is the worst. If you fall for that scam, you are not a human being. Why are they doing what you are doing now? Why must you vote P2B? Why must you validate Nigeria to get Biafra? I am telling you that the Biafra people have decided not to validate Nigeria in the coming general election. We are not going to validate Nigeria. We are not going to validate Nigeria because even if you have 1 million P2Bs, we can never ever validate Nigeria. And I want you people to understand that because of this, I am telling you that by the time they fail, which they are going to fail, they will fall back to us. Because all the people fighting and shouting P2B, P2B, they are all Biafrans. The only difference between us and them is that they are unstable people. Unstable, very, very unstable. And you cannot give leadership to people who are unstable. You cannot allow unstable people to make decisions for you because their decision will always be a very bad decision. Many of these OB supporters were part of us in 2021. They were the ones singing the praises of Biafrans. They are the ones telling you Biafra or death. They are the ones swearing oath that they are going to fight for Biafra. But because they are very, very unstable, mentally unstable people, they have come to say, let us make decision for you. Don't worry, P2B will give you Biafra. How can P2B give you Biafra from a Nigerian president? It is not possible. If they are very serious of fighting for your freedom, they wouldn't support P2B. So I want to tell you that this scam, they have used this kind of method for many years. And this time around, we are very, very lucky that millions of Biafrans are now on our side. And that is why when we say sit at home, people will sit at home. Those who want to use P2B to get Biafra are the ones that will go outside, and the Nigerian government will kill them. And our 5 days historic sit at home recorded very big, huge success. And they are panicking because they know the danger that is coming. So I want to encourage every Biafran today. Anybody that tells you that vote P2B because P2B will give you Biafra, that person is a scammer. That person is your enemy. Because if the person is actually very serious and mentally balanced, he will not go to support P2B for P2B to give you Biafra. Because P2B can never give you. P2B cannot even build road in his community, not to talk of giving you Biafra. And some people are here talking about petition. I don't know. Is there anybody writing petition? Somebody is saying petition, sign petition. You are writing petition to support Simon Ekpa? I don't want to pay attention to all those All those nonsense petition they are writing, you know. I don't want to pay attention. We have been writing petition now. We have been writing petition since 2020 or so. That is petition I wrote for the disintegration of Nigeria. I think that petition have got, over 100,000 signature or something like that. It not be today we started that petition now. I saw somebody saying sign petition, sign petition. All right. But let me inform you people this. I am going to tell you the reason our approach is the best approach. I have told them, I know what I'm doing. It is my right. And you can't threaten me with my right. I will fight for the freedom of my people. And everything I am doing is here online. And the 70 million of Biafra, they are supporting what I'm doing. So every threat you are dishing out there, hold no water. And I see how they carry fake news. They say, oh, Finland to arrest Samonekpa. Finland to arrest Samonekpa. Why should Finland arrest me? I don't need to go into that. Is Samonekpa a criminal? Only criminals you can arrest. You can't arrest somebody fighting for his freedom and the freedom of his people. It is the humanity that I am serving. And I stand very strong to make sure we see the end of Nigeria next year. The end of this terrorist government, this terrorist state, the state that have killed millions of people. We are going to see the end next year. Now, for those of you who do not understand why we have taken the position we've taken to make sure that we use civil disobedience and all our multidimensional approach. I say multidimensional approach. I want you to listen to Mandela. Sometimes they tell you, oh, Mandela, is that how Mandela fought it? Oh, we must not fight the same way Mandela fought. We must not fight the same way any other nation fought. But the question is, are we fighting? And if answer is yes, then that should be enough. You expect me to fight the way other people fought, because Nigeria is different from those countries. But we're adopting a multidimensional approach to fighting against Nigeria. And I want to take you back to, what Mandela did in 1961. Let us go there.
In all of South Africa, with the South African government continuing to make life unbearable for political dissidents, Mandela eventually decided in 1961 that it was time for the ANC to adopt a more direct approach in their battle against apartheid.
In 1961, after many failures by the South Africans against the apartheid regime, Mandela decided to order sit-at-home. Sit-at-home campaign began in South Africa. Sit-at-home campaign begin in South Africa. So when they are telling you today, oh, you are forcing your people to... We have been campaigning for the sit-at-home, and it is working. It is working. That is why Nigeria is they are panicking, and the time is now. Everything in life, timing is very, very important. Timing. They tell you that, you don't know history. Oh, this is not the way it is done. Oh, we condemn the killing of our people. The people of Biafra that has been killed by Nigeria state during the lockdown, we condemn it. And that is why we give a straight instruction. Do not come out, because that has been the modus operandi of Nigeria state. But the people that are sabotaging Biafra, the people that are mentally unbalanced, the mentally unstable people who they are neither here nor there, they will come to tell you, come out, come out, come out. We are going to defend you. We are going to protect you. We are going to do this and do that. They were nowhere to be found. In fact, if anybody should sue anybody for anything, it is those who cancelled the Biafran ordered sit-at-home. That is the people that should be held responsible, because they brag how they were going to provide security for people to come out. Because they know The Nigerian government will be the one to kill our people, to blackmail our sit at home, because they know the importance of sit at home. But those who bragged and defeat and deceived our people to come out, that they are going to bring everybody, they will bring security, they will bring this and bring that. They could not provide security for our people, and Nigeria killed some of them. They could not bring any security. The question you should be asking yourself, did you hear in any news that those who came to kill our people during sit at home were confronted by the security agent? Did you hear anything like that? I am telling you. I am asking you. Did you hear in any news that the security agent, the military or the police engaged the people that is coming to enforce sit at home, because it is them? It is them. The same people that bragged how they are going to bring security are the same people who sent people, instead of them securing the people, they started killing them just to make sure they give the sit at home a bad name. But we say, not even that will stop us. So you see, not that we did not warn. We warned you people because we know how Nigeria operates. So if anybody is telling you that the people enforcing sit at home are Biafrans, ask them, where are your government? Where are your security agents? Who the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, who all the criminals in the government bragged that are going to protect you? Where are the securities? Or don't they have security again? This is a question that every reasonable person, both in international community and everybody, should be asking. If it is not them that have come out to kill our people, where are those security they bragged of they are going to bring out to protect our people? Where are the securities? No security anywhere. It was them. I am asking you a very, very important question. Very, very important question. So, if anybody that lost anyone in this particular sit at home, it is the loss of every Biafran. But the question is, where are those who deceived them to come out so that they will use it to blackmail? Because what they are fighting is, they think they are fighting Samonepa. This is not about Samonepa. They have not come out to say, we brought security, and the security was on gun duel or gun battle with the criminals or whatever they call them, who come to enforce this sit at home. It is them. You saw the picture of one of them in the police uniform. The same thing they did during the EndSARS protest. And it pains us that our people are being killed. That is why we have adopted this particular pattern of civil disobedience. If you go to street to protest, they kill you. If you talk on social media and they capture you, they kill you. Ordinary posting on social media will land you into prison and death in Nigeria. Nigeria has become a lawless country. You can see some of them are challenging us. If you are a man, come to Nigeria and lead. Come to Nigeria. Come to Nigeria. Why should I come to Nigeria? When you're coming to Nigeria is a threat. Coming to Nigeria is a threat. You are threatening me. Why should you be challenging me to come to Nigeria? Are you challenging me to that if I come to Nigeria, that you are going to listen to what I'm saying? Have you listened to the people that are in Nigeria saying this exact thing I said? You have not listened to them. So why is my own different? Because you know that all your target is for me to come to Nigeria, so that you are going to do what you are doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. The court of your own Nigeria acquitted or discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Have you released him? Have you freed him? No. The judiciary is dead. It is now a politics. Nigeria judiciary is now on political solution. You go to court will give judgment, and then they say, no, we don't respect court judgment. Let us adopt political solution. Who does that? Which country does that? You are asking me to come there. I will make sure that God use me to disintegrate Nigeria and restore a very peaceful nation and peace within the Sahel region from afar. So I ask you, why should you be challenging me and threatening me to come to Nigeria? To do what? First of all, let us see that your court judgment on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is respected. So because you don't have judiciary, why should court? The same Buhari said he let him allow the court to decide. They went on political solution. He said we will allow court to decide. After the court of Nigeria decided, you refused to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You adopted a political court, political judiciary. So which means your judiciary is dead, completely dead. Everything in Nigeria is dead. It has been Fulanized, it has been Normandicanized, it has been bastardized. Everything is falling apart and has collapsed. And you are inviting Samaneba to come to Nigeria and fight. I will fight you from here, and we are going to win you. We are already winning you. All of you are crying. So therefore, I want you to listen to how Mandela took it upon himself. I want everybody to watch and listen to this history, because the problem of some of you in the zoo is that you do not read history. You don't research. You are too weak, too weak and lazy to research on how you can liberate yourself and better your future. Too weak and lazy.
In all of South Africa, with the South African government continuing to make life unbearable for political dissidents, Mandela eventually decided in 1961 that it was time for the ANC to adopt a more direct approach in their battle against apartheid.
Did you see that? Stay at home on Monday. It is even some kind of connected. Look at, on Monday. Stay at home on Monday. 1961 in South Africa. 1961. Stay at home in South Africa.
There are many people who feel that the reaction of the government to our stay at home, ordering a general mobilization, arming the white community, arresting 10,000s of Africans, the show of force throughout the country, notwithstanding our clear declaration that this campaign is being run on peaceful and non-violent lines, close the chapter as far as our methods of political struggle are concerned. There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence against a government whose reply is only savage attacks.
Did you hear that? There is no point. You should be talking about peace and non-violent when in an actual sense, the government is the one that is bringing the violence upon our people. So we are just helpless. We have to adopt a different approach. It is called the self-defense approach. We have to go into the armed struggle to be able to defend our people, our culture, our land from extinction. And some people will sit down somewhere and be telling me, if you do not know your left from your right, just keep quiet. You have been struggling for many years in Nigeria, and Nigeria has been dealing with you. Fulani have dealt with you, and somebody will come and see that something is going to happen, and you are talking about Obi, talking about election, talking about this and that. We will never validate Nigeria again. Our stand is the stand of over 70 million Biafrans. Very, very clear stand. We say, if you want to know how things are going to work, conduct referendum. Conduct referendum. And we have given the order that the entire Biafra land between now and this coming Monday will be littered with the posters, flyers, banners of referendum now for Biafra. We will tell you that we are in charge of Biafra land. Completely in charge of Biafra land. We control it. Forget that governors are there. Forget that. There are nobody without the support of the people. And the people of Biafra no longer support any governor in Biafra territory. That is a fact. We, the Biafra people, are controlling the land, the territory of Biafra. Whatever we decide will stand. And what we are going to do next year will shock the world. Because it has come, that time has come that we are going to take the bull by its horn. So I want everybody to listen and learn history. Because when they come, they tell you this and tell you that. We don't need to use the same approach because we are not in the same problem. Though what we see in Nigeria today is also can be called a Fulani appetite regime, which they have taken over everything. So I want you to be able to watch and listen.
Chapter as far as our methods of political struggle are concerned. There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence against a government whose reply is only savage attacks on an unarmed and defenseless people. And I think the time has come for us to consider, in the light of our experiences in this stay at home, whether the methods which we have applied so far are adequate.
So you reassess the situation, whether the method I've applied so far is adequate to confront this terrorist government of Nigeria. And we have assessed it, and we have discovered that the method that every group have applied in the past has never been adequate. Enough. Now we are coming with new dimension, the new dimensional approach that is very, very adequate to confront Nigeria and for the freedom of Biafra people.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important. You have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They groomed them. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. El Rufai brought them in. Bauchi State Governor brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria. Go and show me. Somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Izombe, you come to Ohaji, you come to Ebema, you come to Aguleri, you come to Ebonyi. You take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to Niger Republic. And you want me to be happy with you. Clap for you. Oh, Nigeria is doing well. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax that we pay. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport in Niger. Refinery in Niger. You take oil, crude oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. Or as PPS as you call it. And you're telling me that that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. We are in one Nigeria. We are not going anywhere. And you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money and positions. So that they will come out on the pages of newspapers to give the world the misleading impression that everything is okay when things are not okay. Go through the statements of Ohaneze and see the contradiction.
All right, you're welcome back. And let us start again. I want to play Nelson Mandela again, from the beginning to the end.
In all of South Africa, with the South African government continuing to make life unbearable for political dissidents, Mandela eventually decided in 1961 that it was time for the ANC to adopt a more direct approach in their battle against apartheid.
There are many people who feel that the reaction of the government to our stay at home, ordering a general mobilization, arming the white community, arresting 10,000s of Africans, the show of force throughout the country, notwithstanding our clear declaration that this campaign is being run on peaceful and non-violent lines, close a chapter as far as our methods of political struggle are concerned. There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence against a government whose reply is only savage attacks on an unarmed and defenseless people. And I think the time has come for us to consider, in the light of our experiences in this stay at home, whether the methods which we have applied so far are adequate.
All right, you just heard that. Now we are going to read a little bit about what happened in South Africa. You know, a lot of people are sending, especially the one they call all this Nigeria media, the one they call legit. You can imagine. The one they call legit, the legit media. Oh, Simon Ekpa will soon be arrested and deported to Nigeria. Simon Ekpa, all those nonsense Nigeria, paid agents. All they do is to carry propaganda. Ask whoever that is writing on legit, what offense did Simon Ekpa commit? Where is your sources? Oh, Simon Ekpa will soon be arrested and deported to Nigeria. And they will be doing the arrest and deportation on the pages of Facebook and social media. These are the gutter media. Gutter media, they have never reported anything other than serving the masters, serving the oppressors. And when you look at those writing those junk in that legit, they hardly eat 3 times a day. They hardly eat 3 times a day. These are a bunch of hungry, looking like dogs that have not fed, or that dog that steal a egg. In those days in the village, there are dogs that doesn't feed well. They eat eggs. When they go to where chicken, lay eggs, they will go there and steal those eggs, and they never look good. These are how all these journalists in Nigeria, the hungry journalists, that's how they look. And all they do is to write propaganda, so that they will be respecting them, so that Nigeria will know this one, they are writing good. If at the end of the day, Simon Ekpa is not arrested and Simon Ekpa is not deported, I do not know the kind of shame that will befall on them. Let us go to what Mandela and the ANC did in South Africa. Before I start reading this thing, remember that I've just played a video where Mandela was advocating and making speech for sit at home. Today, some idiots are in South Africa. Some criminals and fraudsters are in South Africa in the name of Biafra. And they have been campaigning and blackmailing the autopilot and Simon Ekpa for 1.5 years against everything we are doing. Yet, that South Africa where they are not educated because they cannot read. They don't even know how South Africa become a country where a black man will travel from Nigeria to South Africa, running away from subjugation and poverty. They run to South Africa. And they are there in South Africa fighting against sit at home. Yet, sit at home was one of the tools that was used by Mandela to liberate people of South Africa that made it possible for them to go there today and see and start broadcasting from there. You see, all this country you see, they all have history. I want you people to follow me as we read what this particular report say about Mandela and the legacy of Mandela. Nelson Mandela legacy. As a leader, he was willing to use violence. Nelson Mandela, as a leader, was willing to use violence. And I want you people to listen to how I read this. Johannesburg, South Africa. Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first black president, is a giant in the world of liberation heroes. Up there with Mohandas Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. But unlike Gandhi, who said that non-violence and truth were inseparable, and King, who famously declared that violence was immoral, Mandela embraced armed struggle to end the racist system of apartheid. Mandela embraced the armed struggle. To many South Africans, particularly within the African National Congress, Mandela was a great man, partly because of his willingness to use violence, not in spite of it. Many beliefs apartheid would have ended or endured much longer if he hadn't rebelled and overturned the ANC's long-standing nonviolent policy. I want you to follow me as I read again. This writing or wording is kind of tiny. Many believe apartheid would have endured much longer if he hadn't rebelled and overturned the ANC's long-standing non-violence policy. As a young man, Mandela's favorite sport wasn't a team sport like soccer. With strict limit on contact, boxing was what thrilled him. As a young politician, his rhetoric was angry, uncompromising, and inspiring. His aim was to incite revolt. Today, he is being celebrated all over the world as a great man. In the early 50s, the ANC and the South African Indian Congress launched a non-violent operation of strike and a protest called the Defiance Campaign against the unjust laws of apartheid. By 1953, Mandela had decided that it wasn't working. This protest, that was not working. Just 3 years after they start the movement, just 3 years. Mandela did not wait for 21 years, like Tony Nnadi. Mandela did not wait for 50 years, like some of them. But after 3 years, he noticed that it was not working. And he decided to change the dimension. But in Nigeria and the Biafra struggle, since 1967, these people are making living out of Biafra struggle. They want you to be struggling and struggling every day, talking about Biafra. They will be building a hotel on your head. They will be making a living, and every year they fight. They will push, and let us go back, let us go back. They push, and they will tell you, let us go. Every year, they will order boycott of election, and they will deceive Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and put pressure on him to cancel it. It becomes a career. And we say, apart from the fact that Fulani has made it very clear that they want to kill everybody and take over Nigeria, we cannot sit back and watch. Nobody is going to fight for us except ourselves. We need to rise up and fight for our freedom. After 3 years, by 1953, Mandela decided that it wasn't working. Something that they started 3 years ago, Mandela said it was not working. He felt that the ANC leaders, old-fashioned like Wazirike, old-fashioned, traditional figures such as the party president, Albert Lutuli, were out of touch with reality. Just like the way most of the people that have been shouting Biafra, Biafra are all out of the touch from the reality. Most of the elders of Igbo are out of the touch of the reality. Or Igbo that are 70 years, 80 years, they are already out of the reality. And we, the younger generation, are taking over. We have taken over, not we are taking. Completely taking over the leadership of the Southeast and the South-South, which is all comprising of Biafra, to liberate them from this particular bondage that the British experiment. They try to do an experiment with Nigeria. How can you be doing an experiment with the future of people? Now, in September of that year, 1953, he made a speech in the Johannesburg suburb of the Sofia town that was to be later famously known as the No Easy Walk to Freedom Address. Some of these idiots and criminals in South Africa are living in this Johannesburg, where Mandela made a very famous speech of No Easy Walk to Freedom. That is where they live today. If you go, they tell you we live in Johannesburg. They will be making brokers attacking Simon Ekpa. But in that Johannesburg, where some of them live, Mandela made a very famous speech, which he said, no easy walk to freedom. It was when he started the campaign of the sit at home. I want you people to follow me. In the speech, Mandela said the ANC had to come up with a new plan for political struggle. And remember, it is all about, even this one is about political struggle. We are not into political struggle. We are into the struggle for freedom, independence, but completely independent from terrorist Nigeria. So that we can develop like Japan. So we can develop like the United Arab Emirates. So we can develop like every other nation that have done well within, few years. You can see that there is no easy walk to freedom anywhere. No, this junk of pregnant men from the Igbo land think that freedom is eating egusi and nkwobi. Mandela that they are making reference to today, Mandela that they are admiring today, every time they tell you Mandela did not fight like that. Mandela was in South Africa fighting. I must not be in South Africa or in Nigeria fighting, but are we applying the same approach? It must not even be the same approach. But what you have to gain from here is that there is no easy walk to freedom anywhere. So can you learn that from Mandela? Sit at home, you complain. And I want to tell you people today that nobody has died as a result of starvation because there is no food during the sit at home. Nobody. Nobody. There has never been any death recorded anywhere that somebody died as a result of starvation during sit at home. It has always been the Nigerian state killing our people when they try to go out because the sit at home was working. When they are fighting this sit at home, what they are not telling you is that there is something that this sit at home is doing. The impact. Some of the elders know the history of freedom more than you, but because they want to protect their interests in Nigeria, they are not telling you, history. They are not telling you what what civil disobedience can do, how civil disobedience can change everything. What we're doing. Or do you think that I don't know what happened in South Africa? These are the people that know the history of South Africa better than you and I. We are only doing the research after the South Africa apartheid ended. So, but this old men who gather themselves today and call themselves Ezendibo or Hanezendibo, whatever they call them, these old men, they know very well what South Africa went through. And for that reason, they are going mad because they know the importance of sit at home. It is to condition the mind of the people for what is to come. Some people say we should refresh. So let us refresh. So let us continue reading. So Mandela told South Africans in Johannesburg in his very famous speech, you can see that there is no easy walk to freedom anywhere. And many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow again and again before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. This is what we have succeeded in doing with the Biafra people. Sit at home is to condition you so that you are going to walk through the valley of the shadow again and again and again next year, 2023. Do you understand me? And today we have succeeded. We have been able to have every Monday sit at home. We have been able to have 3 days sit at home when the people, when the 14, all of you remember when Bubago in Imo State killed 14 innocent youth. These people that are shouting, oh, people are dying, in sit at home, you other sit at home. Did you see any of them condemning the 14 young boys that were murdered in their cold blood, coming back from wedding? Coming back from wedding, from their friend wedding, they were all murdered in their cold blood. 14 of them. Did you hear any of these people shouting, sit at home today? Did you see them condemning the death of those 14 young men? You didn't see them. Because what you see them doing now from the people they killed in the sit at home is politically motivated. It is because of P2B, and we have defeated them. So if the P2B is not in the picture, nobody will talk. It was us. It was on this particular platform that we ordered Biafrans to sit at home for 3 good days to protest the killing of the 4 young men Biafrans in Imo State. That 3 days sit at home also has to do with during the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to court, and Monday sit at home, and another 1 day. It was 3 days, and the Biafrans responded, and they were 100% compliance to that 3 days sit at home. The records are there. Did you hear Oga Ohaneze calling for arrest of the people that killed 14 innocent Biafrans in Imo State? Young men, young boys that went to wedding. Did you hear Ohaneze condemn them? Did you hear Ohaneze call for the arrest? Did you hear anybody writing petition anywhere online that, this killing cannot be accepted? Why would you kill innocent boys? 14 of them. 14 of them were murdered in their cold blood. Nobody. In fact, that reminds me, I am going to play one of the women as the woman was crying. As the woman was crying.
confirm black smoke. And she? Hey! Jesus! Mana car from okay, I'm going to car from. Let come cash. Let shop for. Hey Jesus. Let provision. Let provision. Let provision. Let. Hey. At any market you did now. 3 years you did go for by here about.
This was how the Nigeria military bombed the market in Imo State. This is not sit at home. This was not a sit at home. Nigeria military went to our community and started burning them. They have been burning it. Nobody has issued statement. Nobody anywhere. Our market were being burnt. People were being killed. Nobody has condemned it. Not Ohaneze, not nobody, because they never care for you. Today, they are pretending, shouting, oh, sit at home. People were killed. All of a sudden, they care. It is called politically motivated blackmail. They could not stand up, to protect and defend the people they claim they love. So ask them, where were they when Imo State, when market in Biafra land were being raised by the Nigerian military? Or is a ESN company in the market? So let me bring the picture, another image of a woman. After the killing of these 14 young men, what did we do? We ordered sit at home to protest against their killing. But all the people that are shouting today, all the people that are making all this noise is because of P2B. They never cared for you. They never, they never want you to be alive. They never want anything good for you. It is all about P2B, and we have defeated them. So we are going to now play the killing of young men in Imo State. I did not know that I'm going to talk about this today. So hopefully I find the video. Okay, let us watch this.
Aha m wụ Nnamdi Kinsilu Kozonu Nnanna.
Onye bole.
Abụ m onye otu ụba awa ọcha.
Okay, on the him na 17th Sunday.
My junior brother Kentoro.
Aha, gịnị?
Chijioke Kozonu Nnanna. Jere imenye ndị na be ndị ọgụ ya. Then after I mechara nye ndị ọgọ anyị akpọ anyị oku sị anyị na enwere omenala ha na-eme. Ndị ọgọ ha mechaa anyị na enwere ebe ha na-eje nye ha ọnọdụ ka ha eri nri ṅụọ mmanya. Then iri ahụ ka ha buziziri ebe ahụ anyị nọ. Ha erichaa iri. Then ụmụnne anyị ndị anyị na ha so bịazie ebilite ka anyị lawa. 3 machine bụ ndị bụ ụzọ move down. Machine ịkpọ m the 4th machine. Then mgbe anyị move from ebe ahụ anyị nọ, from ebe a to 3 pole, ka ndị bụba agụ ji speed gbapụta. Then ụmụnne m jikwa na machine na-abịa abịa, ha gbaa ha ka ọkụkọ. Gbaa ha niile, machine na-ata ahụ agbara gbaa ha niile down. Then ọkada akpọzi m, my brother akpọ m, revise her with speed. Asị na ya gbagburu ndị ọgọ m, out of fear ọ gbafere, because ụzọ ya dị straight road. Amanya makwa na that straight road na enwe ebe ha ji trọk block all the road. Then anyị agbagidezie ruo na convert, the other person nọ m n'azụ. Anyị na-agbakwa nye ha na-agba, ha na-ji Julius na-achọ anyị na-agba anyị egbe. Then convert ahụ meda my brother mara onye nke nọ n'azụ adapụ. Ha erute ebe ahụ gbagbuo the boy. Then
are you hearing? Nobody, none of these Igbo people talking today condemned or even make any move to challenge the people that killed these young men. But who did? We did. Simon Ekpa ordered on behalf of the Biafra people 3 days sit at home for this particular crime against humanity committed in Imo State. Numerous of them. Biafrans complied. It is on record. But today, you don't hear anybody talking about it.
So then that my brother so how about you in the block that my brother ya na onwe ya bụ machine adapụ ndị na ụmụ adapụ one side na-ebezi asị na ọkwa nwaanyị ka anyị bịara bịa lụọ ọkwa be ndị ọgọ anyị ka anyị si na anyị kwa ndị otu anyị awụdị ndị awọ na ọkwa nwaanyị ka anyị bịara bịa lụọ besi helios ahụ kwụsịziri na almost 6 or 8 bens eletro ọkwa egbe ha nke ahụ hụtụrụla ezalide tinye ha were egbe kwuo m n'isi like this kpụọ anyị mụnwa ada n'ala welitezi ihu m elu onye m fụrụ ogwu Mozambique dị onye menye ka team leader ha yes from Amiri then mgbe m kpọrọ ya ogwu na Amiri ọkwa ndị ọgọ gị ọkwa because amaghị m ezigbo aha ya enye ji mara ahụ ogwu because anyị gụrụ nwanne ya nwaanyị n'otu be anyị then na-asị ya n'ọkwa ndị ọgọ gị n'ọkwa ndị ọgọ gị n'ọkwa mmiri ka na-agbapụ na-esokwa m na ndị bịa agbapụ mmiri na be gị so voice Ofolu actually don't shoot this boy Mboku don't shoot.
Did you hear that? When this incident happened, Simon Ekpa sat on this chair and ordered sit at home because of the pain I feel, the way they are murdering Biafrans. Ohaneze did not talk. Elders Council or whatever did not talk. All the people raising petition and writing, they did not come out. And this is just one in the 100 of them, how our people are being butchered every day. That is why we are fighting, putting our life online to save our people. And somebody will come and say, Simon Ekpa ordered this, go and kill that. You people are idiots. I want to bring another video. Because our own is evidence-based exposition. So ask yourself, where are the people?
On Sunday, being 17th, Kamuna, my parents, 2 Munim, Sonogawa, Sekanga, one Ganjipan, because you know why I didn't mention him. So in that process, I am messing going wine, Niabula, I am messing my uncle and my mom. The brew machine, Lawasela, how I got the lie whom could and best or I yellow. So Nick and dog guy offered I ever hanging I honored by in the marine side by Metopanacanon and over Melalene. Nick a minimum munam need lend about Woolwich. When it should be an or a monocham mine. Hasim Kahalawa, nobody quite lost a back hand up there for to put them for a bemer and fight at Orego. How about Potala? Something like a 3 pool. Yano everywhere, even I want to wine was about herself, or your bullet share about home, Mengele, Walagashia. That baggy there, let just say 12:01 midnight. So, your bullet, where's your MBB? So, in that process, it's also guy push it as it after in the morning, Ndami measuring affair. I push it as it. And the Lizaya now, Fuzin and Nili Lala was it that the low moon for a jail long one. Anchally was in there for Bora to borrow one. Anchally was there one. Naya, I from this my brother. Nebe, Sinamar on a mambo to the Buri about Russian or ever home. You know, I can say I try I walk out of your lily before a lady in a ban on about Mother Bohana Yasu. I see Mumia busy. Now, hard the Ataiba. Then we're away a half or a mandu. Walk. Never can try a number. Orange, he busy. So, Muhammad more than the more. So, all guys, even if I go work at Harvard, every dancing Jimmy dog, every dancing, more rented.
Okay, how about there?
Yeah, how much because of one of my brother, going a cattle direct. Mbaho to your mucha down. So, Sheba, Hoba also, Balada Habogum, what now? Eba high hashiri lawa. Eba kono zile be last biko oye non so ya bia help oye. Enwezi no yon joke apota abe bia do to la bullet carrier. Still at haji para the blood all atasalali.
Tres
ko ya rute pa bo go nwoke ahụ ọnọ. No kwa ebe ahụ na akụkụ ebe GP tank ahụ doje. No kwa ebe atia nozula obi. gbaja ya obi before ha nwa abịazie la ka ọgọ nwoke ahụ tụtụrụ every dancing nọ there destroy ya gbaa ya ọkụ ọgọ nwoke siri Abuja lo moto ya ha abụ ya ala mechin ụmụnne m niile ha abụ ya ala oyi nwoke siri Ọnịcha abịa ma mmanya o butere masị onye na-emenye ma moto ọ gụrụ ọfụrụ o buru gadadị ihe ncha niile ahụ ha abụ ya ala nwedị ka ifo.
Okay.
Ha gburu total of mmadụ ha gburu there is 14.
Okay.
14 persons ka ha gburu, but our own side ụmụnne m soro m je nye ha dị 7.
Can you imagine? His own relative were 7 persons from his family lost.
My wife, my wife,
7 persons were killed from his family one day. Nobody raised any alarm anywhere. Ohaneze did not talk. Nobody talked. It was us that did something. And what was your name?
My name
God is it at home of Biafra.
Our village move to over our watch.
Okay. Otu ahịa mere now. Kedu ihe chọrọ gọọmenti mee now?
Nye chọrọ ka gọọmenti mee justice. Nye chọrọ justice. But achọrọ m ka nkili ha like the allegation ha na-ebu ụmụnne m na ọ bụrụ onye ha dị. Nye innocent people, innocent ụmụazị na-amụ ọrụ. Nye ụmụazị na-amụsị ọrụ. Nye ụmụnne m ụmụazị na-amụ ọrụ. Gara enwe nye ha. So ha mara na ọ bụla oge esi eme ya ka ọ dị mma for peace to reign. Let them do all we need.
And they would have criminals.
Yes, and like I'm one and they would abron do shit they can say. Like we innocent people are just wasting their life.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Now, have you watched that? Ask yourself, where were those people that are calling Simon Ekpa, blackmailing Simon Ekpa, arrest Simon Ekpa, when these people were killed? The people we are fighting to protect, the people we are fighting to see that they have a better life. I want you all to watch this. This is one of the women.
It's not about Madole.
14 boys out to Lagula.
14 boys.
Let's go for revenge. And we heard that a man.
That
we tear them.
14 boys. What did the 14 boys do? What did they do? Traditional marriage. Can they baburu?
Oh, somebody say it is not showing. Okay. All right, let us see whether this one will show. A moment.
They had the stupid python dance here. An Igbo man was the deputy senate president. An Igbo man, deputy senate president, and he could not stop it. Thank God they gave him what he deserved. Because any evil when it is own retribution. How can somebody be deputy senate president in your own region, used without machetes, without catapults? They were butchered. Even those stray bullets about go long along a chance again. Tom in your own place, and you are in Abuja drinking champagne. Anna saying we have leaders, but we have selfish leaders.
Very selfish people.
Those who are selfish.
We have come
Those who are selfish. That's why I'm happy that they are beating them now abroad. The only Igbo man now that has Igbo blood talking in Senate is Enyinia Abaribe. That's the only one. That's the only man. Oguzorochi Kuoku, Nigeria will be shaking. You see an Igbo man talking, defending the right of his people. Because you are there in Senate to defend the right of your constituency and your people. I'm telling you, those IPOBs, I'm telling them now. Hear me now. There are some Igbo, they have tagged all of them. Some of them they should exclude to attack. Number one is Enyinia Abaribe. They should allow him to travel anywhere he wants to travel. Another one is our governor here, Emeki Hedio. We are still looking at him. Anybody from Igbo land here that have been responsible for what we the Igbos are suffering now, that person must be disgraced.
That person must be what? Disgraced. And what is happening to Ike Ekweremadu today? You know, when Ike Ekweremadu was beaten in Germany, I was there. I was there. I was there as somebody who is still looking at one Nigeria. A lot of people have used the video from Germany, Ike Ekweremadu beating, where I condemned the beating of Ike Ekweremadu. They have used it against me. They have said, oh, it was Ike Ekweremadu that sent me to come and fight IPOB. I do not know whether what I'm doing today has anything to do with Ekweremadu. And even the worst part of it is that I have never even spoken with Ekweremadu in my life. I do not know who Ekweremadu is. I did not even meet Ekweremadu in Germany. You know, I didn't meet him. I didn't even exchange pleasantry with him. I did not even shake hands with Ekweremadu. I don't know who the hell Ekweremadu is. I have never spoken with him. I don't know what he looked like in real life. I was there. Before that thing happened, before they beat Ekweremadu, before I came there, they have already beaten Ekweremadu and Ekweremadu was whisked away. So I did not even see Ekweremadu with my own eyes. Some of them don't believe this. So by the time I arrive at that venue, Ekweremadu has been whisked away. Otherwise, it would have been the day I am going to see Ekweremadu with my eyes. So I have no business with Ekweremadu. I do not know what he looked like. I don't know what he is. I don't know what, So, but today, is he not being disgraced as this man prophesies? He's been disgraced. And God have used me also to disgrace Ekweremadu. Because the time I was condemning the attack on Ekweremadu, I was still a one Nigerianist. I was not arrested by the spirit of Biafra to be part of a strong force that will liberate Biafra people. Today, I have exposed Ekweremadu. I have been making exposition on Ekweremadu many times. So when you see they are sharing the video of me condemning, why did you, even I asked myself to come and apologize. And yes, because it was when I was in darkness of Nigeria, before the spirit of Biafra arrested. And let me tell you, it was actually in that ground. Because, when you are born for something, you do not know where you are going to be liberated. It was actually in Germany. It was actually in Germany that the spirit of Biafra arrested me. So, but when you see the activities of Simon Ekpa, and some people will still say, oh, yeah, he's coming for, he's an Ohanes and Igbo, he come to do this and do that. I do not know what I'm doing, the activities we are doing now, the level we have gone in this Biafra agitation, and the progress we are making so far. How would somebody with his right senses will still come to say Simon Ekpa is working with Ekweremadu? Ekweremadu that I do not know, Ekweremadu that I have not met in my life, Ekweremadu that I have not spoken on the phone with, I have never talked with him. I don't even know anybody that is very close to Ekweremadu. But some people will not believe it. And that is your business. But this is a fact. And I have already made a lot of pronouncement that if I ever know who is Ekweremadu, let everything I am doing in this life never work out for me. if I ever spoke with a man, like talking with him or whether on phone, or let anything I'm doing in this life never work for me. I've said that several times. But it's no, the bad people, they will say, oh, or when they give oath, they swear oath, they will go back and do something and other. I don't need to do that. It is between me and my God. So I want us to watch this video where this woman was crying. Ohaneze and all the people that are calling Simon Ekpa, calling for the head of Simon Ekpa today, did not talk. Because the reason they are calling for Simon Ekpa head today is because it is politically motivated calling. They are not real. They will turn around to praise me after February 2023.
It's not about Madole.
14 boys ought to not Lagula.
14 boys.
Let us go for revenge. And we hold that a man.
That
and we tear them.
14 boys. What did the 14 boys do? What did they do?
14 boys agreed from door to Halo Wine.
This picture is not showing, and I do not know the reason why the picture is not showing. So anyway, but I've been able to prove to you, at least some of the videos showed. So, but I've been able to prove to you people that a lot of killings has been going on and the people were not talking. So the only reason you see they killed our people and talk now is because of P2B, and it is politically motivated petition, politically motivated talk, politically motivated calling for Simon Ekpa head, politically motivated calling for arrest of us, because a lot and hundreds of Biafrans have been killed and they didn't talk. So they only try to stop what is working for Biafran liberation. Let us continue to read Nelson Mandela. So Nelson Mandela organized a very famous speech on the street of Johannesburg when he decided to change the dimension of the freedom of the South Africans. So let me read it again. Mandela said to his people, "You can see that there is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow again and again before we reach to the mountaintop of our desire." Today, some of these idiots don't want to walk into the valley of shadow again and again. They want to jump into South Africa. They want to sell land and get South Africa visa to go to South Africa. Yet, they don't know that South Africa went through the valley again and again before they become what they are today, that blacks can go there. Dangers and difficulties have not deterred us in the past. They will not frighten us now, but we must be prepared for them like men in business who do not waste energy in vain talk and idle action. This is exactly what we are doing today. Exactly what we are doing. There is nothing they can do for us to change. We will not move. We can never be scared of anybody. There is nothing threat you can give to us today that will come in between our freedom and you. Never. You can't. In 1956, during a trial at which 56 ANC leaders and activists, including Mandela, were charged with treason, he told the court that he supported non-violence as a principle, not true at the time. He supported it only as a tactics because he knew he and others could be convicted if he said otherwise. The trial dragged on until 1961, but Mandela and others were acquitted. Mandela and others were still acquitted. The Sharpeville massacre in 1960, when South African police killed 69 protesters. 69 protesters, just like the way they have been killing IPOB members in their numbers, 150, 14, 28, 29, 30, 50 people, 60 people, just the way they have been killing IPOB members, was the last straw for Mandela and other proponents of the armed struggle. Mandela carried the day at a series of all-night meetings with ANC leaders in mid-1961 to set up the ANC underground military wing, Umkhonto weSizwe, or Spear of the Nation. I want you to pay attention. Mandela opponents said that if the ANC embarked on violence, the regime would massacre more civilians. Moses Kutane, Secretary General of the South African Communist Party, argued that continued non-violence could work if activists were more imaginative. Mandela met with Kutane for a full day to try to change his mind. He argued that South African activists had to consider an armed revolution because angry young men and women outside the ANC were ready to take up arms. And if the ANC did not lead them, it will become irrelevant. I want you people to understand how South Africa were liberated today. Just what is happening now between us and Ohaneze Ndigbo, between us with World Igbo Congress, between us and all the people that you feel were working with you. Some of them have deserted because they could not stand the heat. But we are going to prove to them that they were not actually meant to liberate Biafra. They will come along the line. Everything that has happened in many places before they get freedom has actually happened in Biafra liberation phase now, including what has happened in South Africa. That is the phase we are today. Finally, Mandela believed he had won Lutili blessing to form Umkhonto weSizwe and embark on violence. But the timing was terrible. The timing of this Mandela was terrible. In October, the Norwegian Nobel Committee announced that it was bestowing the previous year's unawarded Peace Prize on Lutili, an enormous symbolic victory for the ANC. Do you understand? Just the time when they want to take it upon themselves, they have to now award another person with Peace Award. That did not stop Mandela. Lutili backtracked. You see how they use a Peace Award to make him backtrack. Lutili backtracked and again exposed non-violent method of the resistance against apartheid. That is what we call interest-driven decision. After Mandela convinced him of the violent approach because they were being killed and they needed to defend themselves and self-defense and all that, he agreed to go on self-defense. He agreed to pick up arms. All of a sudden, they approached him with Peace Nobel Prize and he changed his mind. These are a bunch of people that we have today in Biafra, in Igbo nation, in Igbo land, in Biafra. Just promise them. Now, you and them will be planning something now. Nigeria government will approach them and promise them Peter Obi will become president. Before you know it, the person that you are having meeting with, speaking in the same language, will appear in one program and begin to talk about Nigeria election and begin to tell you that, oh, don't worry, Peter Obi will bring you Biafra. And begin to preach you how it is peaceful to romance Fulani and how it, even when Fulani is killing you, don't worry, let us endure. Peter Obi is going to come. Yet, what the person is not telling you is that Peter Obi have openly made it very clear that those who are scared of him today will benefit more. Who are those people? The Fulanis. He responded to Baba Ahmed in Abuja or somewhere where they had a conference. The video is there in the public. So when you are having meeting discussing how to liberate your people, all of a sudden, all these old men that couldn't stand anything. They will now tell you, when they call them, come, you are a professor, you are very, very good. Let us use you, come and give us support and all that. Before you know it, the person will begin to appear in a program that is not recognized by anybody. They will begin to appear in one platform that nobody listening to just show that, to just make a video and appear in the public, and they will cut it to send to the Fulanis that, look, I have appeared in a video and I am preaching an election in Nigeria and I'm preaching for P2B. These are the people that can never stop us. When you make yourself a tool in the hand of Fulani, you are gone. You become irrelevant in the struggle for Biafra. And that is what you do to yourself. I just want you people to see that this thing is the same thing everywhere. It happened in South Africa. During the South Africa freedom fighting, it happened. After Mandela convinced this man with a very superior argument, he agreed, only for the Norwegian to award him, with a peace prize. He dodged again. He becomes something that he was not before, just because of selfishness. Exactly the same thing they are doing in Biafra today. The same thing they are doing today. That is why we are very economic with the information we give to people, including when we have meeting with them. Because they can just turn overnight. Somebody will be having meeting today with, you don't know what he's planning. He wants to use you to get favor for himself. He wants to use you to say, oh, I am in contact communication with him. I am discussing with Simon. Just let me go and talk to him. Let me go and talk to him. And then you think that you are discussing with somebody who is serious. The next thing is, boom, he will appear in a place that you never ever in your life imagine that somebody like that will appear. I will begin to vomit things. Tell you, oh, we must support P2B so that P2B will give you Biafra. And somebody is here telling, oh, P2B will create room for referendum. Referendum where? If Fulani cannot give you referendum now, it is not in P2B that will give you. Because in that P2B, they are still in control. Who is going to vote for referendum? If P2B have absolute power to order referendum in Nigeria, where is the constitution? Which constitution is P2B going to use to order referendum? It is not going to work. You must use something different. Because by political means, it is not possible. Fulani have restructured Nigeria in a way that if they don't support the referendum, you can't get it. And they can never support it because they have suffered for many years. They have used many years to build this particular structure of Nigeria National Assembly you see today. And you don't think you can just come overnight and change it. It is not possible. That is why everybody that goes to the presidency, they fail from the south. Obasanjo was there. He failed. Tell me what he did to the Yoruba people. Nothing. Gulo Jonathan was there. Tell me what Gulo Jonathan. Nothing. It is just president in mouth. It is just president ceremony. Just there, the ceremony, the president from Yonegwa, the president from Otuoke, all those nonsense. Go to the president or go to President Jonathan Otuoke today. Do you see any evidence of president coming from Otuoke? They don't have road to Otuoke. That is the problem. So some of you coming on social media, appearing on program, telling people that to vote P2B, that P2B will give you Biafra. Sometimes I question your education. Sometimes I question your doctorate degree. Sometimes I question your professional degree. Sometimes I question this degree that some of you, and title that some of you are parading on social media. Sometimes I question it. Did you actually had some kind of, knowledge of your own to become a doctor, to become a professor, to become what you parade yourself today on social media? How can you know the structure of Nigeria, present Nigeria, what Fulani have suffered to become what they are today in Nigeria, and the P2B who cannot even stand to talk about Biafra, who cannot even address Igbo, who cannot even agree that he is Igbo proud since Nigeria is supporting him, Since the people that, who cannot identify with Ndibo, who cannot say, it is the turn of Ndibo, vote me. He don't have the balls to say it, will be the one that will now begin to channel the cause of Ndibo and Biafra. Uno. In fact, some of you, is calling you Ehu is insulting Ehu. Because these days, Ehu is even behaving better than some of you. In those days when we were little, when they want to insult you, they call you Atoro. They say Atoro because Atoro in those days doesn't have brain. I do not know how what Atoro is eating these days, because if you Atoro that we know these days, they can even come to you and collect food from your hand. In those days, Atoro will see Moto coming and will stand for Moto to kill him. These days, Atoro, before crossing the road, will look left and look right before he cross. I do not know where that thing comes. I do not know how things have changed. So calling you people Ehu or Atoro is an insult to all these animals, because they are now very brainy. And I do not know where that thing comes from. Are you people in Nigeria noticing it? Did you notice that Atoro now, in Nigeria now, they watch whether car is coming before they cross the road? But I'm telling you, in these old days, in late 80s, even early 90s, if you see Atoro, you will see car coming and the car will be doing P. The Atoro will be walking, and Atoro don't know that the car can actually kill him. And Atoro will walk, the car will stop, and sometimes you just go on the road, you see that the car have, one Atoro have been killed by a car. The car smashed because some in Nigeria, they don't care. But these days, you hardly will see where a car killed any goat or Atoro, because they have to look left and right before they do like a human being. So if I call them, somebody say sheep, of course we know, that we have to be speaking this thing because it's very, very important. Let us mix our language a little bit. So this Atoro is, it sounds very funny, and so it is. That is the reason I'm saying it. So the Atoro is something that if you call somebody Atoro these days, it is not insult. So it is an insult to the Atoro itself, because Atoro has become very, very brainy, that the cars no longer kill them as they used to kill them before. So I don't know where all these people get their title. That somebody will come online and start talking about P2B, how P2B will give you Biafra. Hey! And some people are actually being deceived on this. Now, let us continue reading, because we are here for a serious lecture today. Mandela continue. Somebody say, what is Atoro? Atoro is a sheep. Atoro is a sheep. Atoro is like lamb, this white looking lamb or sheep, The ANC has always been hierarchical. The ANC has always been a hierarchical organization, highly respectful of its leaders. Mandela was left high and dry by the president's public statement. Some activists might have gone back to Lutuli to get the leadership to re-endorse the military struggle, or quietly drop the matter, not Mandela. Do you understand? At almost the most embarrassing possible moment, less than a week after Lutuli was awarded the Peace Prize in Oslo, Umkhonto we Sizwe launched its first military action. 5 bomb attack on power stations and government building in Port Elizabeth, Durban, and Johannesburg on December 16, 1961. December 16, 1961 Mandela led military wing of the freedom fighting for the liberation of South Africa bombed two power stations in Port Elizabeth and Johannesburg. You people don't know this. After he founded Umkhonto we Sizwe, Mandela was sent by the ANC for military training in Algeria and Ethiopia. Mandela went to Algeria and Ethiopia to train, to have military training. He held a gun for the first time. It felt comfortable in his hand when he fired at a rock across a river. He didn't hit it, but he got close enough to raise dust nearby, delighting his instructors. Are you hearing me? Mandela returned from his trip in July 1962, but was arrested soon after and faced trial for sabotage in Rovania, a Johannesburg suburb. Police find incriminating evidence about the armed struggle, and Mandela and some of the others tried with him were convicted and jailed for life in 1964. Mandela was offered freedom several times on various conditions. On various conditions, they offered freedom to Mandela. They say, let us give you this condition, and you go free. Let us give you money, and you go free. Let us do this, and you go free. Several conditions was given to Mandela. Mandela inside prison refused, including renouncing violence, but he refused. I want you people to follow me, because this is a man who knows what he wanted, how to liberate his people. But the same thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing today. The same thing the Nigeria government doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. They have come for many things and he refused. But all this bunch of nonchalant leaders with titles, if you approach them with Obi, Peter Obi, come and support us, let's make Peter Obi president, they will forget all the plan you had with them, how to liberate your people. They will tell you, oh, come, there is a new door. The new door now is to validate Nigeria. Let us vote for the next 4 years. This thing is the way they have been deceiving Wazirike, deceive other people that have fought for Biafra for many years. Today, we say, you cannot deceive us again. This approach we are taking today is the approach we are going to take. And if you don't like it, sorry for yourself. Umkhonto we Sizwe continued its fight. When Mandela was arrested, this particular group continued their fight. They did not stop because Mandela was arrested, launching hundreds of bomb attacks. But just as he had embraced violence without the permission of the ANC leaders, Mandela on his own initiative wrote to leaders of the white supremacist government in 1985, initiating peace talk. Gradually, he negotiated a peaceful end to apartheid and the release of political prisoners. One of the last to be freed, he continued talk with the white government and persuaded it to agree to free domestic election and, in effect, a surrounding of its power. Umkhonto we Sizwe abandoned its policy of violence in 1990 as negotiation on the dismantling of the apartheid and the setting up of free election continued. Now, what is the difference between us here? The difference between us here is that we have decided to protect ourselves with arms because the government of Nigeria sponsoring Fulani, both the local and the foreign Fulani, to kill and annihilate us. We cannot watch them to come to kill us. So we've decided to arm our people to protect our land, and that is what we are doing. That is the difference. Different was that there is no Fulani, there is no government-sponsored terrorist killing South Africans. Rather, the government of the apartheid was responsible for the killing of the ANCs and South Africans. Without the approach that Mandela followed, nobody would listen to him. That is not to say that we are following the exact approach of Mandela, but drawing some kind of strength from that will make you to know that Nigeria is different from South Africa. Nigeria is different. So we are following this particular struggle with what I call the multidimensional approach. And today, some of these people that killed our people, they come to claim victim. That's why I want to show you this particular video now. Some of them, the Northern group, have actually called for their own seat at home. Did you hear anybody raise eyebrow? Now listen, they are claiming victim.
As to speak with one voice in the interest of North and Northerners. Today we are addressing you based on the circumstances leading to what we are going to announce shortly. You are aware that throughout this year, there has been continued killing and destructions of properties of Northerners that are either resident in the southeastern part of Nigeria or are on transit for business purposes, moving from the north to the east or from the east to the north. You are aware that the outlawed members of the IPOB and ESN have continually been killing and destroying properties of Northerners. Not only that, even security agencies who are trained and have...
Did you people hear the lies coming out from this man that IPOB continuously kill and attack Northerners? This is a complete lie. They are none here claiming victim. But you know, after this video, none of these leaders now, because they are afraid of Fulani, none of these leaders that claim that they are Ohanes Ndibo or elders will make a counter statement to correct the wrong impression that this man is making here. Because we have been the victim of the Fulani attack many, many years. As a matter of fact, I want to pull one of the let me bring one of the something in the screen for you to see that Enugu community, 50 persons were killed. 50 persons were killed. And in Ehamufu, over 50 persons were killed just days back. And nobody talked about them. Over 50 persons were killed. Now, let me show this video. Over 50 were killed in Ehamufu. And he is here claiming victim. Yet, all these pregnant men cannot come to put culpability where culpability is.
Ka my mom kwadechara ịga ugbo the next na ihe ka o bu akpa natakwa jụbazie ya ọ sị na akwa ma side Benebo ha sị na ndị niile bi Benebo all those side ndị be Sofia na ha ncha gbafuchara n'abalị na mgbọ na-ada bụ ọbụla na mgbọ na-ada na mgbọ na-ada ere ekiri dị mgbọ na-ana egbe na-ada yesterday night mom na-asị ya na ọnụhụkwa the thing ka ha nọ na-akọwa ya ka ụmụ ike wee naba mgbọ na-ada that place yesterday made them everybody they vacate onye ọbụla bụ ngwungwu ya gbafuchara n'abalị ha nwa ka a sị na o ruru ihe dịka ebe 11-12 na azụbe mọmị Okonkwo ha azụbe Emeka emeyo na ụkọrọ gịnị ha na-anụ mkpọtụ
ụzọụkwụ mmadụ. That's not like two persons bụ ihe fụtara iro hụzie ha ruru about 20 something si azụ ebe ahụ na-awa ọfịa ịghọtago. So na asịzi na onwe nke ejide n'obodo ụmụ na-akpọ saịdị be ọsọ ọfịa the man kpụ ogologo ahụ ọnụ tofu gbasị ya kedu ebe isi bịa gịnị ka ị na-achọ ebe ọkpọ afa kọntrị o si bịa asị kedu ihe ịchọba ebe ọ sị na onwe ha that person bụ information ha azụ onye na-enye ha information si ha na ebe ndị mmadụ bi azụ na everywhere tight ha bụ mmadụ yesterday na ezigbo abalị anwụghị ezi ebe mmadụ ma ya agbaga eziokwu kwa
ije abalị na-adọrọkwa na mma ije ụtụtụ earliest morning na-adọrọkwa mma ije mgbede adịghịkwa na mma ọ kakwa mma broad daylight. Honestly, you must pass through this road. Ọkwa Mvene road o 4 corners ọkwa isi 4 corners na-agbagote ụdị ọkwa ebe a ka ihe a na-eme ụzọ Mvene be anyị Mvene osimiri ọkwa side ahụ ka ihe a na-eme ọ bụrụkwa na obele ihe eziokwu m ọka mma na mmadụ atravụrụ ọcha dana isi ka ịnwe achị gị ọka mma na onye ọbụla n'obodo ka anyị yọwagodo chukwu ka anyị ba ma all these things asị unu ụdị that's obi a na-agbawa unu ọkwa nụkọta ịbịa na police station ịfụcha moto ịfụcha ozu this woman na ozu this boy n'ụtụtụ ị ga-asị God.
This is a harmful. You can't hear the Ohaneze ndị Igbo. You can't hear but we, the Biafra revolutionary movement, we sent ESN to go to Ihamufu to confront these killers. And they did. Now listen to Northerners.
License to protect lives and properties of Nigerians are not spared by these outlawed organizations of IPOB and the ESN. This has called from December 1st till today, December 13th, 14th rather. These killings also continue non-stop. Desist from transporting anything good and services from the north to the east. This is not intended to punish the Easterners, the entire Easterners, or to cause delay or losses even to the Northerners themselves. But this is for the purpose of sending a message of our displeasure to the eastern part of Nigeria, most especially the governors, the traditional rulers, the stakeholders, that enough of this killing is enough. We are law-abiding as Northerners. We believe in the law. We respect the law.
This is how they respect the law of the land of Nigeria.
Oh, what is all this? What is all this? If you catch a bobu last time I talk about broad like the man please take me to
the people you see now. They are running away from their communities. They are running away, leaving their land. And you have leaders. You have people who come to social media to talk about P2B. You have people who call themselves professor. Let us vote P2B. The people that could not stand on their ground to defend the people in their land. The people telling you, oh, the woman was killed in Enugu, and sit at home, you kill woman. Look at how people are running away from their land. They could not talk, not even to condemn the Fulani killing in Biafra land. And we are crying blood. We are crying blood. Some of you, you cannot hear them talk about this. Today they come to claim victim. Victim. This is just one. In this particular community, about 50 people, over 50 people were killed. I'm going to bring into the screen how they reported it. How the Nigeria newspaper reported it. They say the untold story. It is always untold, but their own story is being told every day. But when it comes to the killing of Biafra, it is always untold. I want you to listen.
Abide by the law. So we will not on our own start destroying or killing Easterners resident in the north. We will also not allow any of our own people carry such actions because it's against the law.
Because you can't kill us again and go free. Never. That is before. Now you can't kill Biafrans and go free. We have armed ourselves, just like you, for self-defense. So you can, of course, sometimes you can succeed to attack. But when we come back, we will deal with you. You can't kill us again. Never. Gone are those days that you kill our people and go free. In a Hamufu, they receive it. Very, very hot. We chase them away. Completely.
The law, and we also know that those that are doing the killing in the east are not the same Easterners that are resident in the north. So Easterners resident in the north can continue to reside and continue to do their lawful businesses. They are free, they are protected. Northerners are friendly. But for the Northerners that are in the east also, we are saying be careful and cooperate. Every truck driver, every taxi driver, every J5 driver, every Sharon, and anybody that is moving from passenger to transportation of goods and services from the north to the east, we are saying from tomorrow, 15th, please desist from doing that so that we can send a signal to these people, our brothers in the east, that we are not happy with what they are doing.
You cannot call us brothers. We are not brothers. You cannot be killing your own brothers. This is what these people have done, running over our land, killing us, our women. And today they are ordering sit at home. They are ordering blockade. And today it started. These people don't know they have perishable goods. We don't need their goods. Their goods is poison to us.
The hospital, don't allow me to die. My husband say you will not die. I now rush on getting to UNTH. Me my candy emergency. Izuzu abago. The guy lose go a lot of blood. What kind of thing is this? Say I want them. One na-emekwa isi gị ada evukwa all government n'ishi, but I believe nothing will happen to you. Chukwunna bi n'enugwu na eyes on the up, nothing will happen to you. Biko onye ọbụla gwa akwa ndị nke ihe na-emekwa bai ọbụrụkwa obele ihe abụrụkwa ihe ụmụazụ nwanne ọbụrụkwa mgbe ụzọ they will now come out one strike bam ha emego ihe ha chọrọ ime ịma n'abalị ngwa unu akpụ like 15 people, even one woman na-ele akpụ jee igote akpụ na Nkwọ Isu. My sister ọka na